If you feel like there's more to healing, you're not alone. Welcome to Galactic Gaia, where we explore alternative healing techniques. And today we welcome Kim Copeland, a intuitive medium and spiritual healer whose work goes far beyond delivering messages from spirit. Kim specializes in helping people move through grief, emotional wounds, and energetic blocks by facilitating deep healing connections with the unseen world. And thanks, Kim, for joining us. And everybody probably already knows who Kim is. She has her own YouTube channel and her own healing show. Once a month, Kim? Once a
It's
month?
every other week.
Twice a month then. So, or every other week, depending on weeks in the month. And so everybody, Kim was going to be telling us about her healing techniques and the things that she does. And here is your platform, Kim. Go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you, Gail. This is awesome. I'm just so excited to be here. And I think the thing about healing is everybody is a healer at some level. You know what I mean? And it's just how practice or what you're interested in. And we can be a singer or an artist, and those are all healers. But for me, I have always been interested in the body, the human body. For some reason, it just fascinates me. I have a degree in biology. I also have a bachelor's in nursing. And so I feel like I think bodies are a miracle. And so my starting to be interested in healing started actually when I was interested in metaphysics as well. I mean, I've been interested in healing for all my life in a way, on the scientific side.
Right.
But in the metaphysical and the spiritual side, I started around 95 when oh my gosh, I don't know. I discovered mediumship. I discovered psychic work. I discovered, and then I studied massage therapy. And so I did massage therapy just for the spiritual healing. I never was quite, I just as a side gig to my nursing. It was never my primary work. And then also, but I studied back then healing touch, therapeutic touch. Whatever. Oh, we'll see. Reiki, but then in the early 2000s, I was interested in the Eden energy medicine. And I especially enjoy Eden energy medicine, which is.
What is that? What is Eden?
Yeah.
Energy
So
medicine?
Donna Eden she's an international, well-known, she's 83 now, still alive, going strong. She had created a program, basically. She was in Ashland, Oregon, but she's international now, where it was holding certain points, and it's a 9 energy system. So you have the chakras, the meridians, the grounding cords, the Celtic weave, the grid. I mean, so it's a combination. You have your auric field, of course, all these things together. And when you do certain things to your body, whether you hold points or tap, or hold this is the governing and the central meridian together, or you're doing a crown pull, or you're tapping K27, or maybe you're massaging the heart meridian all the way down off the heart. So all these things that you can do to yourself or for others. It's very hands-on and easy to do, basically. And I think, personally, I think everybody should do this. I do my daily routine based on that work that just kind of bounces my energies every morning. But it was through that work, when sitting, having people on the table, that then I started seeing the loved ones and the angels. And the angels, would just be in the room, and I'd see them up on the wall as I'm holding points. Right. And I remember I was studying with Donna at a 5-day, and we were in Santa Fe. And it was a big deal for me because it was this whole big certification, to be for that, it's in the beginning stages. But I had a dream, well, as more of a vision, that Jesus came, and he showed up, and it was around 4:00 in the morning, between the worlds, night to morning. And there's a big white mountain behind him. He was in white, and there was a kind of gold too, in the colors. But he had his hands behind somebody's head. And he showed me, and he had, somebody was laying down. He had his hands there, and he said, "Do this. This is what I did." And so, well, I mean, I think of him as doing quantum healing, energy works, I mean, of course he did it all, based on love, really. So I just know it's powerful. And, I still remember that so vividly. Do this. This is what I did. And so, there's so, you can do healing hands-on, and I have done that. I did that a lot. Currently though, I do most of my healing online, and I do at a distance, and I hold group circles for healing. I have a couple of help, healers join me as well, Alice and Richie. And we, every other Wednesday, we do a combination of directed ourselves. So in other words, we tune in, or, we receive information about the body, or it could be body, could be mind, could be emotions, could be spirit, healing. And so we're getting that information, but I also focus very much on the spirit world. So even though I know I'm connected to the group, I lead the group in a healing place. And it's different every time. It's never the same. Sometimes we go, I don't know, to maybe a watery planet. Sometimes we go within our hearts. Sometimes we go inside the earth. Sometimes we go on the top of a mountain. It's never the same. I just go with whatever I'm being drawn to do. And then, so once we're there, then we all bring the healing. And I focus.
Ask you a question there, Kim. So that means you take people basically on their journey to go have their healing. Okay.
Yeah. And then, the journey, to me, the reason for the journey is so that they get away from the 3D world.
Yeah.
I just think it's easier, and then they can relax. It's also a time to relax, use their imagination. We use colors. Lately, like last time, we went to a tree, and there were ribbons on the tree of all different colors. And they grabbed a ribbon, in this journey, they grabbed a ribbon, they used that ribbon to go up to a healing place. And so for me, the connection to the spirit world, they are much wiser than me, of course. So I depend on that a lot. That connection, and I try to stay focused as much as I can on the spirit world to allow them to work through us as healers for the people. And I also use my swords. I have selenite swords, and during the Wednesday circles, this one has a Lemurian quartz on one end. It has sacred waters in this tube, sacred waters from like around the world. I want to say there's 40 bodies of water. Oh. And crushed crystals, like 400 different crushed crystals in here. And the sword has a flower of life. You can't see it, but the flower of life is engraved, and that's a very sacred symbol. So I use this to allow just more of even though I'm connecting to spirit, I just use this to work a little bit. I do figure eights, I do grounding, I do whatever I feel is needed. And it does change with the person, because during their heat, I'm talking about this Wednesday's circle still, we spend a couple minutes with each person individually. Right, okay. So we say their name, and everybody focuses on them, or just, Richie, Alice, and I, and then I use this just on that person. And then we go to the next person and the next person. And then I have this sword, which is nice. And now it has whales on it. Barely see that, I think. There's also a little flower of life here. And then it has rhodonite. No, I'm sorry. I think that's argonite. Excuse me. But to tell you the truth, I forget what it means.
That's okay. As long as it works, it doesn't matter.
Well, I like the color. The thing about turquoise, and you're wearing turquoise.
Yeah.
The turquoise, to me, between the head and the heart.
Yeah.
And I just feel like many spirit beings with the turquoise, they can use that turquoise for healing.
Yeah, I use turquoise a lot when somebody's throat chakra is blocked and they can't speak from the heart. That's the turquoise is what I use for that blockage from the heart to the throat.
Nice. I love that. Yeah. So I don't know. I think turquoise is a special color.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the first time I used this, I was telling you before we started recording, and I didn't tell the people in the group what I had a new sword, and there's several of them that reported I felt like we were in the water.
That's
So,
pretty funny. Did you show them what you were using then?
yeah, afterwards I did, yeah. So that's just one thing. Sometimes I do individual healing, one-on-ones on
So
Zoom.
what does the individual healing look like?
Yes. Not actually, I do very similar even to a group, except I do longer, of course, and you're focused on just one person. I usually do send, work with a journey, a guided process just to get them to relax.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll focus on different things. Now, most people will have a reason to come. It's never because they're feeling great.
Right.
And so what I find is that pain is, helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people have told me about their neck feeling, but, just like, oh, I felt like I had an adjustment or the chakras are chakras that hold all of our emotions
Right.
from this lifetime and probably maybe before. Chakra clearing. I will do that too. I mean, there's different things, all kinds of things. It's amazing how I can still use that Eden energy medicine on Zoom. And even, I can do the scan within and then the points. Imagine those points that we're doing, or even the energies crossing over. Just having your energies crossed over is healing, or having the figure eights around your energy field, because that sort of seals it all in.
Well, one of the most fascinating things to me about you, Kim, makes you really unique, I think, is how you're connected with your nursing work, with hospice, and the people, the healing process or the healing that you create for people who do transition out of their bodies into another life. I think that's real important work that you do that you really don't talk about that much, but I think that's extremely important work you do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that work. And I'm getting chills as you say that. I mean, honestly, in a certain way, I feel like that's why I was born.
Right.
I mean, healing is in so many different ways, but I do feel like that is as a pattern, perhaps even a life, a soul pattern for me. Yeah, that's my favorite part about the hospice work is that bringing together whatever you can. And now, as a scientific nurse in a regular traditional hospice setting, it's really like my role as a nurse is not really as a spiritual person.
Right. It's just comfortable.
Right. And so, there's a little bit of a fine line, but sometimes if the opportunity presents, people are asking about things, well, then of course I'm very happy to, to talk about it. Yeah, no,
I think though, is not you're focusing probably on the family, but I think your healing part of it is with the person who's actually transitioning. Just your presence being there is very comforting because even though if you're not verbally speaking in your mouth, you're probably relaying information, maybe telepathically to them to know it's okay because usually they're probably at a point sometimes that they can't speak or talk and their body and spirit are separating, continually going out of the body, in the body, out of the body. So I think just that being there and being able to communicate with them like that is also a healing um, ability that you really don't talk about much.
I think yeah, thank you for saying that. I try, of course, you have to hold a presence. You have to hold peace. You have to hold calm. You have to hold that energy,
Right.
at that time of life. And then I always think of death as a celebration. It just, it is. I get excited when I hear somebody, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm excited for them.
Yeah. They get to get out of the human body.
And it's not, of course, everybody will,
Yeah,
but how to do it in a good way. I think that's the thing.
right,
How how to do it peacefully, how to do it with anticipation of good things.
right.
You
Yes,
know, and when people are having that near death awareness, which is very common, about 80% probably have that experience of seeing the angels and their loved ones. Um, then it's just a reaffirming, right? Affirming, and I'll help the families understand that that is a reaffirming versus it's not a hallucination; it's a vision.
right. Yeah, whenever
And
I'm seeing somebody transition, I always see them, one person waiting for them, and it's almost like a tunnel or a tube they're in, and it's all white light. And there's one person waiting for them, but when they make it through the tunnel, there's a lot of people waiting for them. But there's always that one, I will guess I would call them an escort, maybe, that they know it's usually family or somebody they trust that escorts them to the other side. So to me, it looks beautiful.
yeah, yeah, it's funny because like in the bedside, around the bedside, I'll see one main one like you're talking about. It's I often will see it as a strong grandmother, strong figure that's in the family, right? The one that can organize everybody. And then right, and then the big party. But sometimes also it could be a horse, even like this a beloved horse or dogs that are going to cross them over. Like I did have one lady, she wasn't leaving till her dogs came, and it was these two little white terriers that came. I had a dream, a vision, not a dream, I guess. The day before she died, her son had the same one, same vision. So it's like, we know this is what she was waiting for. We were all like, what's keeping her here? What's keeping her here? Then when these two terriers, and they were all sparkly, like heavenly looking dogs, and they were coming running up right to her. So that's who escorted her across.
Oh, wow. That was special.
That was special. That's right. I did have once a starship come,
Oh,
a
wow.
silver spaceship, a silver spaceship. Yep. And nobody even knew why the silver spaceship came for this woman. She was like in her 80s, and she was just the average grandma. But it was a silver spaceship that came to get her.
Must be special for her.
She kept saying silver spaceship. She said it like 7 times when she was in a coma.
Wow. Wow.
7. Yeah. And the day before that, I had my house cleared by, I would call him more of a hybrid shaman, kind of a hybrid ET human shaman. He came to do this. And then it was then she saw the silver spaceship. Somehow what we do affects our clients.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
So whether she would have had the silver spaceship, I don't know, but she did for sure. I mean, there was no question.
Okay, Kim, is there anything else you would like to tell people about your healing abilities and things that you do? How about your YouTube channel?
Okay.
Describe that, and also your website.
Okay. So my website, easymediumkim.com. Let's see, I offer readings. I do soul readings, psychic reading, mediumship, past life even. I usually in a reading, I will go wherever I'm being drawn. I
Yeah.
try not to limit. I really am loving the soul to soul readings, so where I work with that soul versus with the human,
Mhm.
to find out soul purpose or pathways, or even what the guides have to say. But just regular old fashioned mediumship as well. um, and I do also have, the healing sessions on my thing. My YouTube channel is, I have to say, not as, it's a little tiny bit neglected right now.
Why is it neglected?
I mean, I could do a lot more with it, and I keep thinking I'm doing more. I'm working. I have these ideas. I need it to be more regular. I mean, I do something once or twice a week,
Right.
but not. It's not like I would love to do maybe 3 times a week. So
Right.
so in other words, I have aspirations to do more. And I'm a little short of my goal right now. But yeah, and then that's at Medium Kim Copeland, Medium Kim Copeland, or Medium Kim. I think that can be found, when you Google it.
It'll be in the description box for this video.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And I'm working on a book, but it's taken me a while. And congratulations on your 2 books. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and my book is about the hospice experience. The angels at the bedside. That's what I'm writing about.
Okay.
So I hope it's going to be out this spring.
Okay, Kim, thanks for joining us on Galactic Gaia, being one of the healers. As we're creating this library of different healers for people to go in and meet the healers. Basically, when you're interested in somebody, you can come in and look at this channel, see if they have a short video that you can check them out before booking an appointment, find out what type of healings they do, or learn about the different type of healers. So I'm excited about adding you to the group, Kim. But everybody, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Kim, for being here. And we will see y'all later. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.